Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of my Rarest drop series. In this series, I take your submissions and scour the internet for the rarest possible drops in Oldschool Runescape history. We're on to episode number 10 now, so we've gone through a ton of different drops, but still today's episode has something I have never seen before. And as far as I'm aware, is one of the rarest occurrences in the game and has only happened once or maybe twice before it. As always, if you want to submit me an image or a drop, I'd appreciate it if you hop onto my Discord and leave it in the video submissions channel. And as always, before we get started here, if you do enjoy this type of video, don't forget to leave the video a like. It really does help my video get recommended, as it is greatly appreciated. Anyway, let's get started. Now to start things off here, we're going to go to a boss that we don't talk often about, and that is the Chaos Fanatic. Now I haven't really ever received many submissions for the Chaos Fanatic, and that's kind of understandable. Players who want the pet most likely are going to kill the Chaos Elemental, as the drop rate is way more common. And other than the pet, there isn't really many reasons to actually kill the Chaos Fanatic. The drops aren't very valuable, it's in a very risky location, and just generally isn't really very popular. That said, we finally have a pretty rare drop by a user named Amozoc, who managed not only to get the pet, but also the Odium Shard 1 in a single kill. Now that is pretty well the rarest possible drop from this boss, and they're still only going to be rewarded with around 40k, so yeah, you can see why people don't really kill this boss that much. Actually, the person with the highest kill count here only has 5,000 kills, which is extremely low for a boss that is quick to kill and has been in the game forever. Okay, so next up here we have a really interesting collection log and a really interesting interaction. Now I have seen this happen before, but a player here has a 0 kill count at Kriara, yet has earned themselves an Armadil chain skirt. Now the chance of this happening isn't astronomically rare, but to have this actually happen in reality, you have to be pretty damn lucky. Now, the only way for this drop to happen is if you kill a God Wars Dungeon minion, which means this player here either tanked Armadil or just happened to not do enough damage to get the kill in a duo or something. However, when they went ahead and killed one of the God Wars minions, they got really lucky and got the Armadil chain skirt. Now the chance of getting an Armadil item from a minion is 1 out of 16,000, which again is pretty damn rare on its own, but also keep in mind they probably got this on their very first kill or two, because otherwise they would have kills logged. A really cool collection log you don't see very often, so congrats. Now in the midst of hundreds of Trailblazer League posts about drop rates, how lucky they are, I can't believe I got this drop from Trailblazer, we have a strapping young fellow by the name of TempestJack who actually got one of the rarest pet interactions in the entire game. It looks like this player just made a new account, maybe they were even free to play before this, then they simply run over to Kandarin, go to the Tree Gnome Stronghold to do a bit of agility. They finished their first lap and lo and behold, there is the agility pet at the lowest total experience possible. They only managed to do one single lap of the Gnome Stronghold agility course before getting the pet, which is ridiculously lucky. The chance of getting the agility pet on your first try is around 1 out of 35,000, which is pretty ridiculous. Okay, now speaking of pet luck, we have another ridiculously lucky player by the name of Melon. Okay, I guess Melon. I always think Melon like from Lord of the Rings. Anyway, now this player managed to finally get a pet at around level 90 farming. That's not bad for a hardcore Ironman, but you know what makes this player ridiculously lucky is the fact that they managed to get a second one in the exact same farm run. Now we don't know for certain that they got it exactly back to back, but they got it within probably a couple minutes just based on their chat log. They started off by planting a pineapple tree at a fruit tree patch and then moved on to what looks like the farming guild. Definitely looks like the exact same farm run and 2 tangle root pets. Now it's a little hard to see what he farmed for his first pet, but assuming that that is a fruit tree for example, that's a 1 out of 9,000 chance of happening. And then he gets another one on the redwood tree, but they were definitely extremely close together, and regardless, this hardcore Ironman is extremely lucky. Okay, so next up here we have a player by the name of Lucho who got extremely lucky at Vorkath. Now I take Vorkath kills kind of for granted just because so many people are killing Vorkath, yet the tertiary drops here are very uncommon kind of because of that. I think to help balance out Vorkath, they made the unique drops really rare, but of course the trade-off is that Vorkath drops a lot of consistent money, so you don't really need those rare drops that much. Now this player managed to get 2 tertiary drops in a single kill, that being the Vorkath pet, as well as the Skeletal Visage, and I think the Rune Bar also maybe is a rare drop. Let me check. Oh my god, yeah, so the rune bar is actually a rare drop table item as well. Now ignoring that for a minute, the chance of getting the Vorkath pet is 1 out of 3,000, and the chance of getting the skeletal visage is 1 out of 5,000. The chance of just getting those 2 tertiary drops alone is 1 out of 15 million. And on top of that, they also managed to hit the rare drop table for a rune bar. Regardless of how you want to factor that in, this drop is incredibly rare, so congrats to Lucho. Now next up here we have a drop by a player by the name of Galvin, who has probably one of the coolest looking drops in the game, and ridiculously rare as well. Now this player was doing some Slayer, looks like melee Abyssal Demons, and they got a Greater Abyssal Demon to spawn. Now upon killing it, they managed not only to get the rare drop, which would be the Eternal Gem, but also 2 Abyssal Whips at the exact same time. Now the only way this drop could physically be better is if it was an Imbued Heart because it's worth more, but as far as drop chance go, this is the rarest possible drop from a Superior. Now the way the drop rate works for Superior creatures is you get 3 rolls on the drop table, 1 on the Superior rare drop table, that being the Eternal Gem, the Imbued Heart, and the Battle Stabs for example. And then you also get 2 drops on the regular Abyssal Demon drop table, which means this drop is theoretically possible, but statistically very unlikely. Now the odds of getting this exact drop are 1 out of 345 for an Eternal Gem, and then 1 out of 512 for each of the Abyssal Whips, which brings this exact drop to 1 out of 90 million. However, if we just take the chance of hitting any of the unique drop table for the Superior, it drops the overall chance to around 11 million. Still incredibly rare and probably one of the coolest Slayer drops I've ever seen. Oh man, this next one here, I don't even know what to say about it. I don't think I've ever seen this happen ever before. Now a ridiculously lucky player somehow managed to get a back-to-back rune crafting pet. Now that is actually astronomically rare, just because the base chance of getting a rune crafting pet is so high. The base chance of getting the Rift Guardian from Blood Runes is 1 in 804,000. Now that is kind of messed up rare. And not only that, this doesn't look like it's even the player's 2nd runecrafting pet, not even the 3rd runecrafting pet, but looks like the 4th runecrafting pet in about 17 million experience. Now I'm definitely not smart enough to do the math, so let me know what you guys think down below. Based on some napkin math some people did in the Reddit comment section, people are calculating it at either 50-50 or more realistically 1 out of 780 million. That's actually insane. I can't believe somebody got a back-to-back Rift Herald. Rift Guardian. So a huge congratulations to this player. Now sadly, instead of winning the mega jackpot, you now just have one of the coolest collection logs in old school RuneScape, which is worth just as much. And finally here, guys, coming in at the #1 spot. Again, I don't even know what to say about this one, except for it's definitely going to be rarer than 3rd Age. Now, a player by the name of Aprax, just a couple days ago, managed to pull one of the only occurrences of a double 3rd Age drop from a clue scroll. I've only ever seen this once before, and that was from a Mimic. Now, the odds of this happening are so astronomically rare, and I am not nearly smart enough to calculate what they are, but this player managed to get a 3rd Age Kite Shield, and it looks like 3rd Age Range Legs. And to make things even crazier, this was only their 20th hard clue. I mean, I guess at this level of rarity, even having done 2,000 hard clues wouldn't make that much of a difference. Now the odds of getting a 3rd Age Kite Shield from a hard clue are 1 out of 211,000, and it's the exact same drop rate for the 3rd Age Range Legs. Now like I said, I'm pretty confident this is the only occurrence of double 3rd Age happening in old school RuneScape that wasn't from a Mimic. Now I'm pretty sure Mod Ash has confirmed this on Twitter to be real, and statistically, while it is incredibly rare, it is definitely possible. The chances of getting any 3rd Age piece from a hard clue per roll is about 1 in 16,000. So the odds of this happening are definitely in the hundreds of millions, but it's not impossible. But still, a huge congrats to Aprax for being one of the first players to get this drop. It's a little sad, it's only worth 45 mil, but you know what, it'll still go down in history. Anyway guys, that is going to be it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, if you have any other rare drops you want to submit to me, hit me up on Twitter, Discord. You can even send me an email, a fax, I don't care. But if you do want a chance of being featured in a video, let me know. Now before I go here, I want to give a massive thank you to one of my newest subscribers, James Luft, who just subscribed at the Dragon tier of YouTube membership, joining Brad Sings, TempestJack Bunny, Revolver Ocelot, and Kush Patel, all at the Dragon tier. That's amazing, guys. Thank you so much. And also a huge shout out to Luke Kaiser, Bass Titch, Heathen, OSRS, and Double Talk for your continued support. If you guys are looking for an additional way to support the channel, becoming a YouTube member is an awesome way to do so. You can become immortalized in some of my videos, get access to my video release schedule, as well as get a custom role in my Discord channel. Thanks again guys, and I'll see you next time.